95. They are confessing. Danny was alone as Harry came into the cave. Sitting just back from the entrance, his broken leg seen their blue fiberglass cast twisted awkwardly in front of him. He held Harry's black jacket over the thin hospital ground he had on when they put him into the skiff. Immediately, Harry looked around. Where was Elena? He looked back to find Danny staring at him as if he weren't quite sure who Harry was, and Harry knew the physical exhaustion caused by the brutal ride through the gradual cirrhosis was taking its toll. Danny had declared, and it frightened him because he didn't know how far back he'd gone, or if he would have the strength to come back. Then, Danny, do you know who I am? Danny said nothing, just continued to stare, unsure, uncertain. I'm your brother Harry. Finally, hesitatingly, Danny nodded. We are in a cave in the north of Italy. Danny nodded again, the the action was still vague, 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 still vague, as if uh, he understood the words but not what they mean. Do you know where the sister is? The nun who is taking care of you, where is she? For several seconds there was no reaction at all. Then slowly, deliberately, Danny's eyes shifted to the left. Through then stopped. Elena was half dressed, her habit around her waist, her breasts exposed. Startled, she quickly covered herself. Sorry, Harry said, then turned and went back inside. A moment later, and fully dressed, Elena followed him in truly embraced, trying to explain. I apologize, Mr. Edison. My clothing was still wet. I dried it out there on the rocks, and I did your jacket and your brother's gown. He was sleeping when I was not dressed. I understand. Harry found a way to smile, and it put her at ease. You came with the truck. Yes, Harry. Danny cocked his head as Harry and Elena came closer. Yes, it was Harry. He was sure, and Elena was with him, and that helped because she had been with him for a long time, and her presence gave him some kind of anchor to reality. Still, he felt weak, thinking itself where they were, how Harry came to be there. What a supreme effort! Abruptly, the vision of Harry taking his hand and helping him out of the water came back. So too did the moment when they looked at each other and realized that after so much time they were together again. I then he touched a hand to his head, not thinking too clear. It's okay, Danny, Harry said gently. It's going to be okay. It's not unexpected, Mr. Edison. Elena said deliberately, her eyes going to Danny. And I don't mind talking in front of the father, because he needs to understand it. True, he has been seriously hurt. He was making progress. All this has set him back. Physically, I think he will be alright, but he may have trouble with his calling. I think he will be alright, but he may have trouble with his words. His cognizance, cognizance of both. How much will return? Only time will tell. Now she looked to Harry. How far is the trap, Mr. Edison? She was certainly concerned with time, with the lengthening shadows outside the cave. How far? Harry hesitated, then looked to Danny, afraid of upsetting or frightening him. He took Elena by the arm and led her toward the cave's entrance, telling her he'd show her the way from there. Outside, he pointed to the rocks, the caves, the trap from being seen from the lake, then turned to face her. The, fo- the police have found the grotto. They had a helicopter circling, circling to the top, circling, circling the top of the hill, but deliver the shafts. Maybe that's the way the blond man got out. Who knows? But they all know Danny was there, and Elena. They all know who you were, and probably that I was there too, because I wasn't very careful about what I touched. They are just the tunnels and corridors, and when they don't find anything, they'll saturate this whole area looking for us. The roads up out of here is impossible, but if we can go out before they come this far and do it before dark, before I need to use headlights, we might make it at least to the main road where we can mix in with other traffic, hoping that when it does get dark, we can sleep through the checkpoints like we did this morning. To go where, Mr. Edison? With luck, the autostrada at Como and then north to the Swiss border at Chiasso. Elena studied him for the briefest moment. And then, where Mr. Edison? I'm not sure. Suddenly, Harry was way away of Danny, watching them intently from inside the cave. For the first time, Harry saw him at distance, and for the first time saw what he had become. Emma emaciated, broken, but still with fight. The same way Harry has had always remembered him, bullheaded sometimes, but always thought non nonetheless non nonetheless nonetheless right. Now he was all but helpless. Abruptly, Harry turned back to Elena. There were things she needed to understand before they went anywhere. You got know that I am wanted for killing an Italian policeman, and that Danny is a prime suspect in the murder of the Cardinal Vicar of Rome. Yes, Harry's eyes were suddenly intense and filled with strength. Is important. You understand that I did not kill the policeman. What my brother did or didn't do, I don't know, and want until his mind is clear enough for me to ask him. And even then, I don't know what he'll say or want. But whatever happened, sometime someone wants him dead because of what he knows for what he might tell. That's why the blonde man, maybe even the police, and now they know he's alive. They'll not only come after him again, they will assume he's passed on whatever he knows to the people with him. You mean you and me, Mr. Edison? Yes. Whether he has told us anything or not, they won't ask. Harry finished the thought for her. Suddenly, and out of nowhere, came the chunky thud, thud of the jet helicopter's rotor blades, slicing air, taking Elena to the arm. Harry pulled her back into the cave's overhang, just as the machine swept over the ridge above them, moving out over the lake. It made a wide turn, then swung back the way it had come, disappearing over the treetops, its sound vanishing with it. Instantly, Elena's eyes came back to Harry. I understand the situation, Mr. Edison, and I am prepared for whatever happens. Harry stared at her for the briefest moment. Okay, he said, then turned back into the cave for Danny.